Alright, this is the final upload video to showcase the level that's been built and a couple of the mechanics, just to slide the mechanics in and show how they work and have this as the final upload. Just for sake of ease, I'm going to show the level with a directional light in, just so that you can see everything easier. And I can talk a bit about it, and then I'll show you what it's like actual gameplay wise. So over here, in all four corners, these are hives, and they were essentially going to be almost like hearts. And when you killed all four of the hearts that were inside of these trees, you would then unlock the doors to the cathedral and potentially gain some power-ups along the way. So for each heart that you killed or destroyed or hive that you got rid of, you would then gain an upgrade or gain a new ability or gain more ammo or gain more health. All of this would help the player when in going into the cathedral, so that they had extra health to fight the final boss that lives inside of here. And the cathedral itself has inside. What I'll do is I'll go back over here and I will get the directional light. I'll delete that. The cathedral itself has been modified. I have changed a couple things within it and deleted quite a lot of the unnecessary assets. And there's this little chalice that when you interact with it, it spawns a boss. Wandering through the woods, there's a lot of spawners for the enemies that come and chase you. And what I'll do is I'll go back to spawn right now and I'll press play and let you guys see this live action. So you'll first spawn in over here. I've got the spawn just set to camera just so that I can showcase this. And you will walk down and wander through the trees, and you would be exploring, not knowing that the cathedral would be there, as it's, you know, it's locked and it's kind of end game stuff. You'd be going through everything. You can build walls so that you can do like parkour stuff, and you can set up like a bunch of different things that you can do with these. So I can like wall run from one to the other. So if I set this up, and you can do just a bunch of cool tricks and stuff like that. And if you ever want to get rid of these, you can just shoot them once and they'll disappear. Now, something cool about the enemies is they are they're textured the same color as the wood, and they kind of just sneak up on you. So as you're wandering through this forest and as you're like traversing, you'll be seeing a lot of this sort of natural bark color, and the enemies they're not the exact same color, but they're textured quite similarly, and it is it's scary. I'm not gonna lie. I've unintentionally made a horror game, which is not the most fun, but it's cool. Yeah. So I'm wary for any more enemies that spawn. I don't like them walking behind me. But no, if we continue on, the goal would be destroy each of the hives in sequence or however you want, and then the like a bridge or the cathedral doors would open or something like that. I didn't get enough time to fully implement all of the ideas that I had in the end. This is quite a rush job, unfortunately, but I did manage to make the most of what I could work with. So there's a pretty cool we're under the water. There's a pretty cool mechanic that you can do, which I'm gonna exit out and then I'm gonna press play again just so that those enemies despawn. Where if you place a wall and then you open to place another wall, we'll place two in sequence just so that it's easier to execute this. If I run and jump against this wall and begin wall running, I can then place a wall on the already existing wall and form a sort of bridge across to the cathedral. So if I just run, jump, wall run, oh, I forgot to place the wall. It's not going the best, eh? We'll do a new one. Alright, let me just shoot those two. Run, jump, wall run. Oh. A game dev that sucks at his own mechanic. Run, jump, wall, place, place. And I'm doing it. There we go. And you can kind of get across like large gaps and like bodies of water via doing that mechanic. It's quite cool. It means that, you know, the wall running mechanic that was built isn't kind of wasted, and I think there's a lot of sort of scalability with being able to place your own walls and like do a bunch of cool tricks. But yeah, it's interesting. Anyway, if we go into the actual cathedral here, if we walk up to the chalice here, and we get close enough, it says press E to start the boss fight. So if we press E on this chalice, the Ancient spawns, which is the final boss of the game, and he'll pick rocks out of the ground and throw them at you, and if they hit you, they'll deal some damage. If we are lucky enough, he might even do his other attack, which is one of my favorite attacks. I'm starting to dip and lose some frames, but it's alright. Something cool, and I should mention, is that down on the right you can see my ammo is empty. If I press R, it reloads the ammo and I can shoot again, whereas I wouldn't be able to shoot if my ammo was empty. What I'm going to do is, just quickly, I'm going to turn the spawn timer up on the enemies, just so that they're not spawning during the boss fight. There's a lot of stuff that would be optimized if I had the time to actually sit and do it all, but I unfortunately do not have that. What's the word? I've completely forgotten the word. I don't have that luxury. That's the word. Anyway, if we press E, spawn the boss, we can fight him. And he is actually idle right now, so he's not sensed us, but as soon as he sees us, he'll start attacking. So he has different behavioral actions that he does depending on what he, you know, what he's actually sensing from the player. Now I'm going to try and kill this guy as quick as possible, but I also want to showcase his little laser that he does. Yeah, he shoots a laser at the center of him, and it does a huge amount of damage to the player. I might actually die during this boss fight. Oh no. Okay. I want to win so that I can show you just how you beat the game, essentially, but I am slowly dying and it's not very fun. For the sound effect, because we had a bunch of requirements that we had to meet, I used the gun. Every time you shoot, it plays this little laser sound. Ooh, okay, I died. If I hit restart, I will go back into... Oh, it's not worked. That's not the best. What I'm gonna do is just quickly, I'm gonna show you. If we go down into here, oh, I forgot to set this. Wait. Control V, and B. I just grab these and move them up to here. I can connect all these. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set the boss health to be low so that I can actually kill him this time. What we'll do is we'll set it to be something like 50, which is just a third of his normal health. So now if we start, he's at 50 HP. This is just so that I can show you what happens when he dies. So now if I get him low enough, oh, he's not even noticed that we're killing him. That's good. There we go. I called that a bit early. There we go. Now he's dead. The game's been beat, and it says, "Well done, you beat the game." And that's it. That's pretty much everything. There's a couple other bits and bobs that I added. There's quite a lot, to be fair. The code for this took up a lot of my time, so I didn't get to do as much level design as I wanted to. But something that should be mentioned is the for the testing, all of the testing that was done in this level, which is the standard level that you get with the game, except I added this and a few other things just to make sure that they were working. And this was where all the early testing to make sure everything worked was done. So the wall running and all of that was done in here. It's a shame because there was a lot that I was hoping that we'd be able to do. In terms of environment design and how the mechanics would feed into the environment, or the environment would feed into the mechanics, and it would just synergize perfectly. But it came up to the time where everything was needed handed in, and I didn't feel, well, it's not that I didn't feel, it's that we didn't have a map to actually to use any of these, cool stuff in. So I then had to kind of rush and get everything done. But for what it's worth, I've enjoyed making this game. It's been a real learning experience, and I've gained a lot. I've learned about behavioral trees and spawning, making a build system, ammo system, all things that I hadn't done before, and it's been really fun. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this. It's not 3 to 5 minutes long. It's like 11 minutes long, but yeah. Have a good night, evening, good morning, whenever you're watching this, and I will see you in the next one.